the mother placed a piece of meat into her daughter's bowl. The daughter was frightened and looked toward her grandmother beside her. The mother told her to eat the meat. Only then did she tremblingly extend her chopsticks into the bowl. Unexpectedly, in the next moment the grandmother flew into a rage. She questioned her, "Have you forgotten the family's rules?" It turned out that the grandmother favored grandson over granddaughter, and did not allow the girl to eat eggs or meat. She could only eat one sweet potato and one regular potato each day. Upon hearing this, the mother realized that her daughter had not even been eating enough rice on a daily basis. In contrast, the two sons gobbled down their food. Even the eldest daughter-in-law was eating meat in large bites. This angered the mother greatly. Since her daughter could not eat, then no one else would eat either. Eventually, she overturned the table. The husband, incredulous, asked the woman if she had gone mad. Little did he know that they had driven her to this. In her previous life, the woman had served this family for her entire life. The only one who cared for her daughter, was married off by the husband to a fool. The two sons spent their days scheming over the family's little inheritance. In order to force her to hand over the ancestral jade bracelet, they starved her to death. Perhaps heaven took pity on the woman's fate. It allowed her to be reborn to the day before her daughter's wedding. She wanted to cancel her daughter's engagement in front of her mother-in-law, and have her mother-in-law return the $1,000 betrothal gift. Seeing that the woman was so formidable now, the mother-in-law stalled for several days but ultimately returned the money. She was enraged inside. She could only take out her anger on her granddaughter. The woman saw that her daughter couldn't even eat a full mouthful of rice, and directly overturned the dinner table so that no one would have food to eat. The mother-in-law saw this and cried loudly. Her eldest son also scolded her, asking if she had been possessed lately. First, she ruined her sister's wedding, causing their family to lose the $1,000 betrothal gift, and now she overturned the table over this trivial matter. The woman recalled the scene in her past life, in anger, slapped him across the face. Everyone present was stunned. The woman seized the opportunity to share the hardships of her past life. She said that since she had married into this family, she had worked hard every day only to raise a family of ungrateful wolves. But starting today, she would no longer do the household chores. Having said that, she turned and left with her daughter. The eldest daughter-in-law immediately realized something was wrong. If the woman didn't do the housework, then from now on all the household chores would fall to her. So she pulled her husband back into the room to discuss the matter of splitting the family assets. Since both the younger brother and younger sister were unmarried, they could receive most of the inheritance if the family were divided. The husband couldn't make up his mind. The furious eldest daughter-in-law had to think of other methods. As soon as she went out, she saw the woman secretly steaming an egg custard for her daughter. The woman saw her eldest daughter-in-law. She deliberately told her daughter that grandmother had hidden a pair of jade bracelets in a wooden chest in her room. The eldest daughter-in-law, upon hearing this, actually believed it. In order to get the jade bracelets, she flattered grandmother every day. The woman finally had a few days of peace and quiet. She then deliberately told her second son that the pigs they were raising at home would be sold in a few days. A single pig could be sold for $100. Upon hearing this, the second son's eyes gleamed with greed. He thought to himself that if he could sell more pigs, he'd have enough money to marry off a wife. The woman reminded him that raising pigs required buying piglets. She suggested he curry favor with grandmother to ask for money to buy piglets. Otherwise, the family's money would sooner or later be swindled away by the eldest son and eldest daughter-in-law. When the second son came to ask